Hi guys, it's me Emily. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas. I, however, had a really good one, but of course my anxiety was through the roof again. Now, this anxiety was kind of again quite worse actually. I had my bad fears again. Now, I really don't want to tell you guys about this because I hate talking about it, but there are moments when, yes, we have to talk about it, we have to let it out and everything. I am doing a lot better now because I got a bit of reassurance yesterday and I feel a lot more easier. So I'm going to talk to you obviously about worrying about different things, obviously in like one day, because that's what I've been experiencing lately. And I don't know why, but it's like one morning I'm worried about this, next minute I'm worrying about this, all in one day. So I thought, just pluck up the courage and hopefully talk to you guys about it, and hopefully this will help other people, and most of all it will help myself feel a lot more better. Because obviously last time I spoke to you guys about my anxiety about fear of nose cancer. Now, ever since I have spoken up about that, I've been feeling so much better, and it made me feel, you know what, I'm not alone, people get this quite often. And my nose hasn't been blocked since. It has come and gone, but not as persistent. So yes. Now, before we do actually start, I'm going to talk to you guys about my breast. Actually, I had again fears and my worries that I had breast cancer. Now, just by here, I saw a freckle. Now, that freckle has been there for a very long time. I would say about 3 years, I think, or 2 years. Now, I've always spotted it, and of course it made me like worried, and I kept asking my mum like, oh my god, what if it is that, what if it is that? And my sister had a look at it and they said, yep, it's just a freckle, it's nothing to worry about. Now, I'm such an idiot for doing this, but I think it was at Christmas Eve or something, I watched this documentary about people who go to the doctors. It's called GPS Behind Closed Doors. Now, I keep saying to myself, stop watching that, but I have such a big obsession with it. Now, there was this one patient who had the exact same worry that she might have breast cancer because she had a family history of it. Now, when the update came along, she obviously got the all clear, which is good, but that is when the anxiety suddenly kicked in, and I thought, oh my god, that freckle on my boob is gonna be cancerous and something like that. So there's me being an idiot again. I googled it about the freckles, and again, yep, even freckles can cause cancer. Now, obviously I panicked, but the thing that happened is that if it was, then what would actually happen is that it would spread obviously everywhere. There'll be like more freckles around here and around here. Now, mine obviously has not. It's still been there for a very long time, and if it was cancer, then it would have happened already. It would have happened like a very long time ago. So that is very reassuring. And yesterday I went on to like this group thing. I joined this health anxiety community group, something like that, which is absolutely very helpful. And I finally had the courage because obviously I spent Christmas Day worrying about it, and even though it didn't really help exactly, because I thought, oh god, what happens if like I put it all over that group and then they say, oh, you better go see a GP immediately. But thankfully, I had this one person message me, and she told me that as long as it stays, it's completely fine. If it changes, it could still be a bit of a problem. And she opened up to me about how she had the exact same worry, and she had like moles everywhere, and of course they changed, but they turned out to be completely fine. It was a very normal thing. So that's what really did put my mind at rest, because it was good to hear from like a total stranger that, yeah, I've had the same worries. It's taught me how to trust the doctors a lot more. And yes, so I've thought, right, I need to open up about that as well. So I've been feeling all right again. Every time I have this crazy thought, I always say no. I always say a big no to that. I'm not going to worry about this because it's always been there. It's not going to go away. And as long as it doesn't change, that's what reassures me a lot. And it's been a lot better now. I do still worry about it sometimes. Like, I mean, I was bad with it the other day. Yesterday I was slowly getting over it, and today, yep, I'm making a lot more progress. Like I'm slowly like moving on from it. So I managed to like release the anxiety a bit yesterday, which obviously helped, and I felt so good again. Now, another thing I've been, again, worried about is obviously appendicitis. Now, if you've seen me in the quick update about talking a little bit about it, yeah, I don't know why, but of course, last year my sister had it really badly. And obviously, because the doctors and the nurses, they just were so helpless. Now, to be honest with you guys, I was at home the whole time this actually happened. And my mom had to take her up to the hospital. We had absolutely no one around to like take care of me or to take care of my sister. It had to just be the three of us dealing with this. So I was very unaware of like what was happening to her. And I mean, like, when she first complained about the pain, that is my first thought. I thought, yeah, it could be appendicitis. But my mom and my sister, they were just like, no, it's all right, it will go. So I was on my laptop during the day, obviously during the morning, and I was feeling really scared. I thought, oh my God, no, I know she does. I know, I can feel it, and I fear that it may be happening. And then about 12 o'clock-ish, my mum calls me and said that I have to take your sister up to the hospital. She might have appendicitis. And that was when I knew, oh great, here we go again, another stressful event. Now, if you've seen the video of like me where I talk about my difficult couple of months, then yes, all of that happened and it was just too much for me to deal with. So yeah, and I don't know why I've suddenly like become afraid of it, because like there are times when I get pain here, and I also get pain over here, like in both of my sides. Now obviously appendicitis always happens on your right, not on your left. So I remember my sister and I, this was a few weeks back, we went up to our local cafe and I had such a heavy meal, and all of a sudden, just as I was eating it, I felt the pain like here. It felt like pins and needles like stabbing me, and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? So obviously again, my mind is like saying, oh my God, it's appendicitis and everything. So I asked my sister, like, what did it even feel like? Did you even know that it was coming to you? And then she told me that, yep, it's the worst pain I've ever felt and everything. So I was really freaked out by it. And to be honest, she also said that it was very persistent. It did not come and go. It obviously got worse and worse. Now with me, it obviously like kept coming and it kept going and everything. So I tried to, reassure myself and be like, yep, I'm fine. This is completely normal. Like, I had this before, so it's nothing to worry about. Now, what I've done just there is I'm challenging the anxiety, which is a very good thing to do if you have anxiety. Always like challenge your thoughts. So yes, that happened kind of like an everyday thing. And again, I was worrying about it, and I kept telling my mum like, oh my God, what if it is that? What if it is that? And she goes, no, it's not that. And then we'd end up arguing together. But the thing that horrified me was that I was I was on the bus with my sister going out for the day, and I felt the pain again, obviously like in both sides, and I suddenly felt physically sick. Now, obviously pain on your side and feeling sick is obviously a very common symptom of appendicitis. So that of course set my anxiety really straight up. So I'm like, oh my God, like nearly having a panic attack and everything. But as soon as I came out of the bus and we obviously did a lot of walking, I soon felt all right, and I thought, right, this is anxiety, okay? Because yeah, feeling sick is very common for anxiety. Having stomach pains, yeah, that's very common. So yeah, that happened. And another thing that I've been worrying about as well is the anemia. That's it. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. There are times when I wake up in the morning about 8 o'clock-ish and I am still tired. I feel like, oh my God, I don't want to like do anything. Like, but there are times when I have like no choice. I have to get out of bed. I have to go to work. I have to go to dance. I have to do like my story. I have to like wash up and everything. So, but it's funny because it's always like in the morning, like my brain is like, I can just go back to sleep. So I have been worrying about that as well, which is completely stupid because obviously like, anemia, yeah, again, it can be a cancer symptom, which again frightened the life out of me. Now, when my sister was pregnant and before she lost the baby, she said that, yeah, she was anemic as well. And she had to have a lot of like needles inside her for test after test after test. And yeah, so I think that's what probably caused the stillborn or something. Yeah, but I've been having worries about that as well and everything, and it's just so annoying. So there are times when I keep worrying about different things like all day, every day, actually, which is completely stupid. It's like, obviously for like the morning, I'll worry about having anemia. In the afternoon, I could be worrying about, oh, I might have cancer in my breast. Or in the evening, it could be worrying about my nose or about my stomachs. So just to let you guys know, if you do have these weird moments, then I can assure you that, yeah, you're not alone in this. And yeah, so I've been experiencing that lately, and I thought to myself, oh my God, why am I doing that? And again, it's like I worried about my cat Cookie. Now, obviously, my other cat Smudge died last year, so that has really took a big effect on me. So yeah, and it was because I remember like I think it was like last week before Christmas. I mean, it was really cold inside. And I didn't see her like eat or drink or anything. So again, I felt a bit anxious and I thought, oh my God, she's not eating. So what I did is that I managed to take a piece of her food and she ate so happily, and she was still her old self. She's very active. She's so interactive as well. She's so happy. And of course, that's what reassured me a lot. I thought, right, she's still her old self. Again, me challenging my anxiety. She's still her old self. She's still eating. She's still drinking. She's completely fine. So yes, I don't know what else there is to say about it. Oh yes, there's another thing. Obviously, family problems. Now, lots of people with anxiety do obviously have these kind of things, including me and my family as well. So my family, I come from like a really big family, and it's so complicated. Like, we don't even talk to each other. We don't even visit each other. We don't even do anything with each other. Like, we just don't exist to them anymore. So that all started when I was in high school, and I was in the middle of my GCSEs when this obviously happened. And I was and of course, like, my grandma suddenly had like a nasty fall because my granddad was in bed. And this shows how horrible he is. He was abusive to my mum, and he wouldn't want to get out of bed. He loved hospitals. He loved going to hospitals, and he would do anything just to go there. And I mean, like, how stupid is that? His mind must be so sick in the edge. But he's in a home now. And when my grandmother became ill, my mum had to like look after her and do everything for her. She had to do the medication. She had to pay her bills. She had to take her to doctors because she has diabetes, and she wouldn't take them seriously. The grandmother wouldn't take her diabetes seriously. So of course it frustrated the doctors and the nurses a lot, and it was just too much. Now, I was always there every time it happened. I even had to not revise for my GCSEs, and I failed miserably because of all the stress. And especially when I started college, I still had to do all of that, and it was just really stressful. So, and of course, like, my big family, they did not seem to care whatsoever about it, and it was just too much. I did not like it. So yeah, I mean, like, my mum ignores all of them now, which is good, because if she does get back in contact with them, then she'll end up sick, and that's obviously the last thing I want to happen. So yeah, it's I would like to just say, just before we wrap this up, I want to say, you know, you guys are not alone. This is what I've been experiencing quite lately, is like worrying about different things in one go, obviously in one day, and it's just so much. But the best thing to do is like challenge your anxiety, like I've just shown, and hopefully you guys will get there eventually. Okay, I will see you very soon, and have a happy new year. Bye.